Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing a look inspired by Stephanie Toms. A year or two ago she did a video where she asked Siri to pick her makeup and I quite liked it, so I wanted to do the same kind of theme tutorial. So where Steph kind of asked Siri to pick a foundation and then she'd choose the first in the list that she found, because I don't have such a big collection, I thought I'd just ask Siri to choose a number between 1 and however many I own of that, and then pick whatever's in that order. When it comes to doing eyeshadow, I'll ask Siri to pick a number between 1 and X of how many eyeshadow palettes I own. I'll then ask her to pick 5 numbers and kind of count along and find 5 eyeshadows to use for that look and try and pull them all together to make a look. For my lips, I'll just go with asking her a colour. Should be simple. So let's start with primers. So number 1 we have the L'Oreal Infallible Luminizing Primer. Number 2 we have the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Primer. Number 3 we have the Smashbox Photo Finish Redness Reduction. Number 4 we have the Too Faced Peach Perfect. And number 5 we have the CYO Life Proof Matte and Blur Primer. Hey Siri, choose a number between 1 and 5.
It's 3.
So Siri has said 3, which was the Smashbox Redness Reduction Primer. So for foundations I have 13 that I could actually get away with. I have 2 that are completely dark and I don't want to even attempt to put on my face. So I'll ask Siri for a number between 1 and 13. I'll kind of pan across and show you the foundations that I have rather than getting them all out, and you can just read them all for yourself. Hey Siri, choose a number between 1 and 13.
The answer is 11.
And I am so happy with this choice. This is the CYO Life Proof, the long lasting foundation. It's the best foundation in my opinion. So for concealers I only have 4. So we've got the MAC Studio Finish, the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer, the Rimmel Wake Me Up, and the Revolution Conceal and Define. Hey Siri, choose a number between 1 and 4.
The answer is 4.
I'm liking Siri. So he chose number 4, which was the Revolution Conceal and Define. And for setting sprays we have the Urban Decay De-Slick, the Catrice Prime and Fine Multi Fixing Spray, and the Catrice Prime and Fine Matte Finish. Hey Siri, choose a number between 1 and 3.
The answer is 3.
So for setting sprays we're going to go with number 3, which was the Catrice Prime and Fine Matte Finish Anti-Shine Fixing Spray. I haven't really used this one because I'm not kind of a matte skin lover, but kind of excited to see how this goes. So for powders I'm going to go with number 1 being no powder, number 2 is the CYO Matte Pressed Powder, number 3 is the CYO Fixing Powder, number 4 is the MAC Studio Fix, and number 5 is the Revlon Photo Ready. Hey Siri, choose a number between 1 and 5.
The answer is 1.
Okay, so we're going with 1, which was no powder. Next up we want to bronze the skin. So number 1 is this MAC palette. This was from one of the holiday collections I believe. Number 2 is the Too Faced Sun Bunny Bronzer. And number 3 is the Hoola Bronzer by Benefit. Hey Siri, choose a number between 1 and 3.
The answer is 3.
So he chose number 3, so we're going to go in with the Hoola Benefit. I've got a feeling this is going to be a very matte look. So going in for blush we have 9. And I'll go through what we've got. So number 1 again is this palette by MAC. Number 2 is MAC's Melba. Number 3 is MAC's Dainty. Number 4 is Charlotte Tilbury Cheek to Cheek in Pillow Talk. Number 5 is this Dio blush in shade Strawberry Sorbet. Number 6 is this Illamasqua Cream Blush in the shade Promise. And shades 7, 8 and 9, this orange, this pink and this red from the Sleek blush palette in the shade Pumpkin. Hey Siri, choose a number between 1 and 9.
The answer is 1.
So Siri has chosen number 1, which is the MAC palette. So we're going to go in with this blush shade here. I'm really excited for it. I haven't used this palette in quite a time, so I'm looking forward to getting this on my face. And for highlighter we have 10 to choose from. So number 1 is the Wet n Wild Mega Glow in Precious Petals. Number 2 is my Becca highlighter in Pearl. Numbers 3 and 4 are cream. So we've got the Cover FX Custom Enhancer Drops in Celestial. And number 4 is the Revlon Liquid Highlighter in Liquid Champagne. The rest of the highlighters come from this palette, so I've got 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. I'm not including these bottom 2 ones because they're just a bit too dark for me to use as highlighters. Hey Siri, choose a number between 1 and 10.
The answer is 10.
So going with 10, which means we're going to go in with this lilac shade, which I don't think I've used this one in this palette. This isn't one that I actually gravitate towards. It's a bit out there, but let's give it a go. So when it's come to palettes, instead of choosing all of my palettes, I've kind of gone in with 10 random palettes I've just picked from my collection. So my first one is the Jeffree Star Blood Sugar. Number 2 is the Jeffree Star Alien palette. Third palette I've gone for is the Urban Decay Naked. Number 4 is the Revolution by Soph Extra Spice. And number 5 is the Revolution by Soph, the original. These two palettes, by the way, are absolutely gorgeous and the colours in them are phenomenal. These are definitely some of the better palettes that Revolution have brought out in my opinion. Palette 6 is the Urban Decay Born to Run palette. Number 7 is the Jeffree Star Thirsty palette. Number 8 is the Tarty palette. Number 9 is the Jaclyn Hill by Morphe palette. And number 10 is the James Charles palette. Now this one won't make such a pretty look. It's a rainbow palette. It would really be difficult to make something nice out of this one, but I thought it would be a challenge. And that's what it's all about. Hey Siri, choose a number between 1 and 10.
The answer is 6.
So the palette that we went for was number 6, which is the Urban Decay Born to Run palette. So this one, I'm not sure how I feel about this. This has got a lot of dark, intense colours in there and some blues and greens, so kind of nervous to see how this one plays out. I'll ask Siri his colours when we get there because I'll completely forget by that point. So I think the last thing is the lips. Hey Siri, what's your favourite colour?
Software doesn't usually get to choose one, but I'll say purple. What's yours?
So Siri has gone for purple. Interesting, I'm not sure I own any purple. So the two lipsticks that I have are purple. The first one is this MAC lipstick in the shade Rebel. And the second lipstick I have is by Benefit. I'm not even sure Benefit make lipsticks anymore. But this is in the shade Misbehaving, and this shade always brings back so many happy memories. So I'm pretty sure Elle Fowler mentioned this like 10 years ago, maybe it's more. And she was saying that it was this shade that the Cullens used in Twilight, or the makeup artist used on the Cullens in Twilight. And I was kind of obsessed with that, so I bought it for that reason, which is very sad, and I'm well aware that that is very sad. Hey Siri, choose a number between 1 and 2.
It's 2.
So we're going to go for this super dark look, which could look so good, but then with the eyeshadow palette, could also not. Okay, so let's zoom you guys in and get started on this makeup look. So we're going to go in with the Smashbox Photo Finish Reduced Redness Primer, as chosen by Siri. I used this primer in my last tutorial, so I think you all kind of have my thoughts on that one. Following up with my foundation, which is the CYO Life Proof Long Lasting Foundation. So I actually found out about this foundation through Taylor Wynn here on YouTube. She is absolutely incredible. She's one of my favourite YouTubers to watch. So I don't know when that stopped recording, but I'm just in the middle of applying my foundation. So the finish of this foundation as well is quite a natural finish, so it's not like overly glowy and it's not matte either. It's just perfect. But I think they might have discontinued this foundation now as well, which is quite upsetting if they have. I haven't been on the Boots website to check, but I've heard that in America it's definitely getting discontinued. So I'm hoping that's not the same for the UK, because I definitely should have bought a backup of that foundation. And for concealer, I'm going to go with the Revolution Conceal and Define under my eyes, and I don't think I really need it anywhere else today. I tried the newer one that they came out with, is it the Lasting Finish or something? That's the one that's supposed to be a bit more drier and stuff, but I honestly can't get over like the finish of this concealer and just how good it is for the money. Revolution as a whole, I find, are such a good brand. Like, they are stupidly cheap, but the products just always seem to come out really well. It's very rare that I think I'll find something from Revolution that I really don't like. I'm not going in with any powder, so let's go straight in with bronzer. I'm really hoping this doesn't stick to anything. I think the Benefit Hoola is such a cult favourite, but it's so good for a reason. But the good news is this foundation doesn't feel like it's sticky, or like the product's sticking at all. Like I say as I kind of do this, like everything's blending out really nicely on top. So for blush, we're going to go in with this MAC palette. I didn't really get much use out of this palette. Like, the highlighter I kind of really dug into, but these two I just couldn't find that it picked up dark enough. Oh, that has picked up a lot better on this brush. And that is stunning. That is a really nice colour. Bit across the nose. I kind of do a bit like across everywhere, as if it would be if I kind of went outside. And so I kind of forgot that I'm using a purple highlighter, but at least the lips and the highlight will match, I guess. Oh, it's so bright. I mean, it's not overly pigmented in purple, to be fair. It's just very, very icy. I ain't mad at that. I quite like that. That's stunning. Maybe it's not my everyday highlighter, but I quite like it. So now I'm just going to go in my fixing spray, which is the Catrice Prime and Fine set. Oh, I think I missed my face and just went straight into my hair. So I'm going to go and do my brows off camera because I only have kind of one set of brow things that I really use, so I'll come back on with those done. So I'm back with the eyebrows done, and again, like the last video, they're not the same. They never will be. I can't do it. It's just not in my eyebrow kind of capability to make them the same. So next up comes the hard part of making an eye look out of this palette. So there's 21 shades on here, and I'm going to ask Siri to choose a couple, and we'll see how we get to. Hey Siri, choose a number between 1 and 21.
The answer is 5.
So the first shade is number 5, which is this peachy orangey colour.
It's 4.
Number 4, so this matte nude colour.
It's 15.
This pink in the bottom corner.
It's 10.
So we have this copper colour.
The answer is 6.
And number 6, which is this colour here, this rusty colour. So I'm going to prime with my MAC paint pot in Painterly. This is such an old school classic, but I just don't find anything that works quite as well. So I'm going to take the colour Weekender and just kind of dab that through the crease and onto the lid. So I really want to buff out those edges. The next colour I'm going to go in with is Slingshot, so it's the coral colour. And I kind of want to take it kind of in the upper half of the crease. So kind of get that pink peeking out through the top. So still with the same brush, I'm going to take this shade Buff. Just blend this one right onto my lower crease, like right in there. But I'm going to take the colour, this colour Accelerate, which was chosen, which is like a shimmery bronze colour. I'm going to take that on my finger, go back in with this brush and just kind of blend around the edges. Okay, I still don't know what to use the purple. So I'm actually going to try taking that purple on and layering it over the copper. Hey, you know, I quite like that. It makes quite a rosy kind of colour. That's real cute. Okay, so I'm going to go blend a bit more and apply some mascara, and I will be right back. So I've applied mascara and I'll put my hands up. This is not my favourite look, or my best look. It's a little unblended and the colours just didn't go. But as if to make matters worse, we are now going to go in with a purple lip. And not just a purple lip, it's like a black purple lip. So the Kiko liner in the shade 710. Okay, so finally I'm going to go in with the lipstick, which is the Benefit. So here's the finished look. Not mad at it either way. I don't think my skills are the best on the eyeshadow. I think it needs a lot more blending, and maybe it's not putting that pink on there. And the lips, I love a dark purple lip. But I'll zoom you guys in and give you a look of the overall. I think this highlighter was such a shock for me. Like, I would never put on that highlighter in purple, but oh, it looks good. It doesn't really have a purple cast as what I expected it to. So thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe if you want to see more. while stuck in lockdown, I have plenty of time to be kind of recording videos. I'm spending a lot of time watching videos on how to edit in iMovie, so hopefully that'll get a bit better and a bit more smoother, I guess. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.